Captain Nathan Blackwell stood at the bridge of the U.S. Valiant, looking out at the stars. The ship was the pride of Earth's Defense Force, and he had been its captain for 5 years. "Captain, we're receiving a transmission," said Lieutenant Megan Foster, her eyes wide with surprise. "It's not from any Earth colony." Nathan walked over to her station. "What do you mean? Is it clear?" "Crystal clear, sir, and it's addressed to Earth's leadership." The message appeared on the main screen. It was written in perfect English, which was strange enough. It read, "To the leaders of Earth, we, the Galactic Council, request your presence at Central Station to assess humanity's readiness for galactic citizenship. Coordinates attached." Within hours, Admiral William Carter had called an emergency meeting. Nathan sat quietly as government officials argued about what to do. "It could be a trap," said General Paul Wright, pounding his fist on the table. "We should send drones first." Dr. Olivia Martinez, Earth's top expert in alien languages, shook her head. "If they wanted to attack us, they could have done it already. They clearly have technology far beyond ours." "How can you be sure?" asked the Secretary of Defense. "The message was sent from over 25,000 light-years away, yet arrived instantly," Olivia explained. "That alone tells us they're thousands of years ahead of us." After hours of debate, Admiral Carter made his decision. "We'll send a diplomatic mission. Captain Blackwell will command the Valiant, and Dr. Martinez will lead the diplomatic team." 2 weeks later, the Valiant made its first jump to the coordinates provided by the Galactic Council. The ship emerged from faster-than-light travel near a massive space station orbiting a neutron star. "My God," whispered Commander Gregory Walsh, Nathan's second-in-command. "That thing is bigger than the moon." The station was shaped like a giant wheel with spokes extending from a central hub. Hundreds of ships of different designs moved around it. "We're being hailed," said Lieutenant Foster. A blue-skinned alien appeared on screen. It had 4 eyes and a crest of small tentacles where hair would be on a human. "Greetings, humans. I am Xarthal, your council liaison. Please proceed to docking Bay 47. Nathan looked at Olivia, who nodded. "Proceeding to docking Bay 47, he confirmed. After docking, Nathan led a team including Olivia and 5 others onto the station. They were met by Xarthal and 2 tall, insect-like beings with translucent wings. "Welcome to Central Station," said Xarthal, making a gesture that might have been a bow. "Many species are eager to meet you. Humans are quite interesting to us." The way he said interesting made Nathan uneasy, but Olivia seemed excited as they were led through wide corridors, filled with aliens of all shapes and sizes. "This is amazing," she whispered to Nathan. "Look at the diversity. Some must breathe completely different atmospheres." Their tour ended at a large meeting room where representatives from 12 different species waited. Most seemed friendly, asking questions about Earth and human culture. Later, as they were shown to their quarters, Maya Patel, a quiet member of their team, pulled Olivia aside. "Something's wrong," she whispered. "I've been monitoring their communications. They keep using a word that translates as containment when discussing us." That night, Olivia couldn't sleep. She used her translator to decode more council messages. What she found chilled her. Assessment negative. Human expansion rate exceeds safety parameters. Recommend immediate action to prevent another Cronus situation. She rushed to Nathan's quarters to show him. "They're not considering us for membership," she said urgently. "They're deciding whether to stop us from becoming a threat." Before Nathan could respond, their door slid open. Xarthal stood there with 4 guards. "Captain Blackwell, Dr. Martinez," he said smoothly. "The Council requests your presence for specialized orientation. Please come with us, separately." As they were led away in different directions, Nathan caught Olivia's eye. Something was very wrong, and they both knew it. Dr. Olivia Martinez was led down a long hallway with smooth metal walls. The alien guards flanked her on both sides, their footsteps making no sound. Xarthal walked ahead, his blue skin shimmering under the bright lights. "Where are you taking me?" Olivia asked. Her voice echoed in the empty corridor. "To our historical archives," Hexarthal replied without turning around. "We believe it will help you understand your position better." They entered a vast room with floating screens showing images of planets, star systems, and alien species Olivia had never seen before. "This is our gallery of failed species," Hexarthal explained, waving a four-fingered hand at the displays. "Civilizations that were deemed unworthy of galactic citizenship." Olivia walked slowly, looking at each screen. What happened to them? Some were contained. Others required more permanent solutions. Hexarthal's four eyes blinked in sequence. This one, for example. The screen showed a beautiful world with purple oceans and golden continents. Then it changed to show the same planet, now barren and lifeless. The Krummus civilization developed weapons technology too quickly, Hexarthal said. They refused guidance. We had no choice. Olivia felt cold. And how was Earth classified? Hexarthal touched a panel, bringing up images of Earth. Dangerous, unpredictable. Your species went from primitive flight to space travel in less than a century. Such rapid advancement is concerning. Meanwhile, Captain Nathan Blackwell was taken to a small room with a single chair in the center. 3 aliens with gray skin and large bulbous heads waited for him. "Please sit," one said in a voice that seemed to come from everywhere at once. Nathan sat down, keeping his face neutral. "What's this about?" "A simple evaluation," the alien replied. "Tell us, Captain, how would humans respond if a more advanced civilization tried to limit your technology?" "That would depend on their reasons," Nathan answered carefully. "And if they had no reasons they wished to share." Nathan paused. "We would resist." The aliens exchanged glances, even against a superior force. Especially then. Back on the U.S. Valiant, Commander Gregory Walsh paced the bridge. "Anything from the captain?" Lieutenant Foster shook her head. "No, sir. And there's something else." She lowered her voice. 3 alien ships have positioned themselves around us. They're trying to be subtle about it." Walsh frowned. "Keep the engines ready. I don't like this." In another part of the station, Maya Patel slipped through service corridors. Her actual role as an Earth intelligence operative was known only to Admiral Carter. She had managed to access a data terminal and was downloading Council files. What she found confirmed her fears. The Council had a pattern of eliminating species that advanced too quickly. They feared competition, and humanity was advancing faster than any species they had encountered. Maya found references to preemptive security action against Earth's colonies. She had to warn the others. On Earth, Admiral William Carter received a disturbing message from Proxima Centauri, Earth's largest colony. "Admiral, we've detected unknown ships entering our system. They're not responding to hails." Carter immediately ordered all defense forces to high alert. "Get me the president," he told his aide. Back on the station, Dr. Martinez spotted a listing labeled Earth Containment Options. She quickly accessed it. The file showed plans for attacks on human colonies, followed by a blockade of Earth itself. "We need to leave," she whispered to herself. Now, as if in answer to her thoughts, a new alien entered the archive room. This one was smaller than Hexarthal, with pale green skin and large, gentle eyes. "I am Zivnar," the alien said quietly. "Not all council members agree with this course of action. Your captain is being held in Section 12. Take this." Zivnar slipped her a small device. "Access codes. Use them wisely." Across the station, Captain Blackwell's interrogation grew more intense. "Would humans surrender if your colonies were attacked?" asked one of the gray aliens. Before Nathan could answer, alarms began to sound throughout the station. "What's happening?" he demanded. The lead alien looked at a display. "It appears the Council has begun its security action against your Proxima colony." Nathan lunged forward, but was restrained by sudden energy bonds around his wrists. "The assessment is complete, Captain," the alien said coolly. "Humanity has been classified as a Level 1 threat. Containment procedures have begun." Governor Frank Miller of Proxima Centauri Colony was finishing paperwork when the alarm sounded. He rushed to the control center, where screens showed 5 large ships entering orbit. "What are they?" he asked his security chief. "Unknown, sir. They're not answering our calls." The first beam of energy hit the colony's main power plant. The lights flickered and died. "Get emergency power online," Miller ordered, "and send a distress call to Earth." The communication officer worked quickly. "Message sent, but they're jamming our." His words were cut off as another blast shook the building. "Sir," said the radar operator, "they're landing ships. Hundreds of them." Governor Miller looked at the scared faces around him. "This is what we'll do," he said firmly. "We fight until help comes." On Earth, Vice Admiral Patricia Ryan received the broken message from Proxima. She immediately ordered all ships to battle stations. "How soon can we reach Proxima?" she asked her staff. 3 days at maximum speed," replied an officer. Ryan's face was grim. "That's not fast enough." At the Defense Research Center, Dr. Samuel Jackson was called from his bed to an emergency meeting. His team had been working on new shield technology based on theories of energy deflection. "We need it now," his supervisor told him. "Not next month. Now." "It's not ready," Jackson protested. "The power requirements are." "Find a way." The supervisor cut him off. "Proxima is under attack." Back at the council station, Maya Patel moved carefully through maintenance tunnels. She had to reach the Valiant and warn Commander Walsh about what was happening. A noise made her freeze. 2 insect-like aliens walked past, speaking in clicks and whistles. Once they were gone, Maya continued toward the docking bays. In his cell, Captain Nathan Blackwell tested the energy bonds around his wrists. They seemed to respond to his movements, tightening when he struggled. The door slid open and Exarthal entered. "Your colony is putting up more resistance than expected," he said. "Quite impressive, actually." Nathan glared at him. "Why are you doing this? Earth has never threatened the Council." "It's not what you have done," Exarthal replied. "It's what you will do. Your species advances too quickly. In a century, you would challenge the Council's authority. We cannot allow that. So you'll murder billions of innocent people. We prefer to think of it as pruning a garden," Exarthal said. "Some plants grow too aggressively and must be removed before they choke the others." In another part of the station, Dr. Olivia Martinez used the access codes from Zivnar to open a secure door. Inside was a communication center, currently empty. She quickly accessed a terminal and found the detention block where Nathan was being held. As she worked, the terminal showed footage from Proxima. The colony was in flames. Council ships moved methodically, destroying one section after another. Tears filled her eyes, but she kept working. On the Valiant, Commander Walsh watched as more alien ships surrounded them. "Sir," said Lieutenant Foster, "someone's trying to board through the maintenance hatch. It's Maya Patel." "Let her in," Walsh ordered. Minutes later, Maya rushed onto the bridge. "Commander, we need to leave now. The Council is attacking Proxima, and Earth is next." "What about the captain and the others?" Walsh asked. "They're being held prisoner. The Council considers humanity a threat because we're advancing too fast." Walsh's face hardened. "Then we'll show them just how fast we can advance. Prepare for emergency departure." "Sir, we're surrounded," Lieutenant Foster reminded him. "Not for long," Walsh said. "Charge all weapons. Target the smallest ship first, then make a run for the jump point." As the Valiant prepared for battle, on Earth, the Emergency Council met to discuss the attack. The room fell silent as they watched the footage from Proxima. "This is an act of war," said the President of the United Earth Government, "and we will respond accordingly." Admiral William Carter stood. "I have a plan," he said. but you won't like it. Lieutenant Eric Donovan sat at the weapons console of the U.S. Valiant, his fingers hovering over the controls. "Weapons charged, Commander," he reported to Walsh. "On my mark," Walsh said, his voice steady despite the 5 alien ships surrounding them. "Target their engines, not their life support. We're not like them." Maya Patil leaned close to Walsh. "Sir, we need to rescue the captain and Dr. Martinez before we leave." Walsh nodded. "I know. I have a plan." He turned to the communications officer. "Send this message, all frequencies, translated into every language the translator knows. Attention Council Station. We have armed our reactor to overload. Any attempt to stop our departure will result in an explosion that will damage your station." The bridge crew looked at him in shock. "We're not actually going to do that," Walsh explained. "But they don't know that." The message was sent. For 30 seconds, nothing happened. Then Lieutenant Foster spoke up. "Sir, the ships are backing off. They're giving us a clear path to the station." "Good," Walsh said. "Lieutenant Donovan, you're with me. We're going to get our people back." Meanwhile, Dr. Olivia Martinez had reached the detention level. Using Zivanar's access codes, she opened the door to Nathan's cell. He looked up in surprise as she deactivated his restraints. "How did you?" he began. "No time to explain." She cut him off. "The Council is attacking Proxima. We need to get back to the ship." As they hurried through the corridors, alarms began to sound. "Attention all security," came an announcement. "Human escape in progress. Lethal force authorized." "This way," Olivia said, pulling Nathan down a side passage. Zivanar's codes showed a maintenance route to the docking bay. They turned a corner and ran directly into 2 armed guards. Before the aliens could react, Nathan tackled one while Olivia grabbed the weapon of the other. The fight was brief but violent. "I didn't know you could fight like that," Nathan said as they continued running. "I took self-defense classes after my first contact mission went wrong," Olivia replied. "Never thought I'd use it against aliens." At the docking bay, Commander Walsh and Lieutenant Donovan had secured a path to a small shuttle. 4 council guards lay unconscious behind them. "Where are the others from our team?" Walsh asked when Nathan and Olivia arrived. "Separate holding cells," Olivia said. "We need to split up." "No time," Walsh replied grimly. The Valiant detected more ships heading this way. "We have minutes, not hours." Nathan made the difficult decision. "We take who we can and come back for the rest." They managed to free 2 more members of their team before Council forces closed in. Fighting their way to the shuttle, they suffered injuries but made it aboard. Lieutenant Donovan, an experienced pilot, took the controls. "Hang on," he warned as he fired up the engines. The shuttle shot out of the bay just as energy beams began to hit around them. The Valiant moved to intercept, providing covering fire. "Shuttle approaching, bay doors open," Lieutenant Foster reported from the bridge. The shuttle took several hits, spinning out of control. Donovan fought with the controls, somehow managing to guide it into the Valiant's bay before it crashed to a stop. "Get us out of here, maximum speed," Walsh ordered once they confirmed the shuttle was aboard. The Valiant turned and accelerated away from the station, taking heavy fire from pursuing ships. The ship shuddered under the impacts. "Damage reports coming in," said an officer. "Engine 2 is failing. Hull breaches on decks 3 and 4. "Can we make the jump to FTL?" Nathan asked, now back on the bridge with blood running from a cut on his forehead. "It'll be close," Walsh replied. "And we might not survive the jump with this damage." Nathan took his captain's chair. "We have to try. Earth needs to know what they're facing." As the Valiant prepared to jump, one final massive hit rocked the ship. Sparks flew from consoles, and crew members were thrown from their stations. "Jump drive still online," reported the engineer, her voice strained. "Barely." "Do it," Nathan ordered. The stars stretched into lines as the Valiant leaped into faster-than-light travel, leaving the Council ships behind. For now, the U.S. Valiant limped through space, its damaged hull creaking. In the medical bay, doctors treated the wounded while repair teams worked to fix critical systems. On the bridge, Captain Nathan Blackwell studied the damage reports. "How long until we reach Earth?" he asked. 3 days at our current speed," Walsh replied. "We could go faster, but the jump drive might fail completely." Nathan nodded. "We'll stick to this speed. Better to arrive late than never arrive at all." In her quarters, Dr. Olivia Martinez sorted through the data she had managed to download from the Council archives. Most files were encrypted, but some contained valuable information about Council military capabilities. A knock at her door interrupted her work. Nathan entered, looking tired but determined. "What have you found?" he asked. "Their ships have weaknesses," Olivia said, pointing to her screen. "Their energy shields don't protect against certain frequencies, and they have a central command structure. If we take out their leadership, their forces might become disorganized." Nathan sat down heavily. "It won't be enough. You saw their fleet. They have thousands of ships, and we have less than 100. Then we need to be smarter, not bigger," Olivia replied. Back on Earth, Admiral Carter met with Major Diana Powell, commander of Earth's Special Forces. They stood in a secure underground facility where soldiers trained in a simulated alien environment. "Your team will be the tip of the spear," Carter told her. "Once we locate the Council's central command, you'll go in and disable their defense grid." Major Powell watched her soldiers practice breaching alien doors. "My people will be ready, sir, but getting to their command center won't be easy. That's why I've brought in help," Carter said. A door opened, and a tall, thin alien with gray skin and 6 limbs entered. Major Powell reached for her weapon, but Carter stopped her. "This is Krilgsen," Carter explained, "a defector from the Council. He's been helping us understand their security systems." Krilgsen bowed slightly. "The Council has ruled through fear for 10,000 years. Many species secretly wish for its downfall." In another part of the Earth Defense Headquarters, Dr. Lisa Chen worked on a captured piece of alien technology. She had made a breakthrough in understanding how Council shields operated. "It's like a frequency lock," she explained to her team. "If we hit it with exactly the right energy pattern, the whole thing collapses." Her assistant looked skeptical. "Can we replicate that pattern with our weapons?" "We'll have to," Dr. Chen replied. "It's our best shot." In Washington, D.C., Senator Alan Morrison addressed the World Council. "We should negotiate for peace," he argued. "The Council is too powerful to fight." Admiral Carter stepped to the podium next. "Senator, with respect, you're wrong. The message from Proxima was clear. There will be no negotiation. The Council wants us contained or destroyed." He displayed images from the attack on Proxima. "These are our people dying, our colony burning. While the Council speaks of peace, their actions show only destruction." Senator Morrison shook his head. "So you would have us fight a war we cannot win?" "No," Carter answered. "I would have us win a war we cannot avoid." On a secret base hidden in the asteroid belt, Captain Jason Harris inspected his new command. The U.S. Shadow was unlike any ship built before. Its hull was coated with materials that absorbed sensors, making it nearly invisible. "She's ready, Captain," the chief engineer told him. "Fast, quiet, and deadly." Harris ran his hand along the smooth black panel. "And the new weapons. Dr. Chen's prototypes are installed. If they work as advertised, we can punch through Council shields like they're not even there." As preparations continued across the solar system, the Valiant finally reached Earth space. Captain Blackwell and Dr. Martinez were immediately taken to Defense Headquarters to brief Admiral Carter. "The Council is planning a full-scale attack," Nathan reported. "They see us as a threat to their control of the galaxy." Carter nodded grimly. "Then we'll have to prove them right." The U.S. Shadow moved silently through space, its black hull invisible against the darkness. On the bridge, Captain Jason Harris watched as his ship approached a small council outpost on the edge of the solar system. "Any sign they've spotted us?" he asked. Lieutenant Hannah Wright checked her instruments. "No, sir. Their sensors are active, but they're not tracking us." Harris nodded in satisfaction. The Shadow's stealth technology was working perfectly. "Prepare boarding teams. Remember, we need their communication codes intact." In Earth orbit, Admiral Elizabeth Howard directed a massive operation. Dozens of ships performed complex maneuvers, appearing to prepare for defense. In reality, they were setting up an elaborate deception. "The scout ships report council vessels observing from the edge of the system," her aide reported. "Good," Howard replied. "Let them watch. Let them think they know our plans." The real plan was very different. While Earth's main fleet made a show of strength, smaller, faster ships were being dispatched to various locations throughout nearby star systems. Each carried a special payload developed by Dr. Chen. On one such ship, the Raven, Major Diana Powell and her team prepared for their mission. They would be the first humans to infiltrate a council military base. "Check your gear one more time," she told her soldiers. "We get one shot at this." The alien Krillixen approached her. The base commander follows a strict routine. When the third moon rises, he will inspect the communication center. "That's our window." Powell nodded. "We'll be ready." Back on Earth, Dr. Olivia Martinez worked tirelessly with Krillixen's help to break the Council's communication codes. If they succeeded, they could listen to enemy transmissions and perhaps even send false orders. "I think I've found a pattern," she said, pointing to sequences on her screen. "They use a rotating cipher based on astronomical positions." Captain Nathan Blackwell entered the room, carrying fresh coffee for her. "Any progress?" Olivia took the coffee gratefully. "Yes, but it's slow. The Council has been using these systems for thousands of years. They've had time to make them secure." "Keep at it," Nathan encouraged her. "Every bit of information helps." In another part of the base, Agent Ben Cooper coordinated with alien contacts who opposed the Council. Some were refugees, others were secret operatives from subjugated worlds. "The Solar End Resistance has agreed to help," one of his assistants reported. "They'd been fighting the Council for centuries." Cooper nodded. "Good. What about the Arcturians?" "Still undecided. They fear retaliation against their homeworld." "Tell them Earth understands their concern," Cooper said. "But remind them that the Council will eventually come for them too. It's only a matter of time." In space, the U.S. Shadow had successfully boarded the Council outpost. Lieutenant Eric Donovan led the assault team through alien corridors, moving quickly and quietly. "Command center ahead," he whispered into his comm. "2 guards." His team moved with practiced precision. Stun weapons fired, and the guards dropped without a sound. Inside the command center, they found what they were looking for: a Council communication node. Lieutenant Wright quickly attached a device to the alien computer. "Downloading now," she reported. 30 seconds. Suddenly, alarms blared. "We've been detected," Donovan said. "Finish the download. We'll hold them off." The team took defensive positions as Council security forces approached. Energy weapons fired, filling the corridor with brilliant light. "Download complete," Wright called. "Fall back to the ship," Donovan ordered. "Move." The team retreated under fire, taking hits but giving worse than they got. Human weapons, modified with Dr. Chen's frequency technology, cut through alien armor with surprising effectiveness. Back aboard the Shadow, Captain Harris ordered immediate departure. "Did we get what we needed?" Wright nodded, her face flushed with excitement despite a burn on her cheek. "Yes, sir. We have their communication protocols and—" She paused, eyes widening as she studied the data. "And the location of their central command node." Harris immediately contacted Earth. "Admiral Carter, this is the Shadow. Mission successful. We have the target coordinates." Carter's voice came back clear. "Excellent work, Shadow. Return to base immediately." It's time for Operation Reciprocity. As the shadow raced home, other human ships were already in motion. The counterattack against the Galactic Council had begun. Ambassador Peter Daniels stood before representatives of 7 alien species. They had gathered in secret on a small moon in neutral space. Each species had suffered under Council rule, but fear had kept them from acting until now. "Humans are not asking you to fight our battle," Daniels said. "We're offering you a chance to fight your own." A tall, 4-armed alien with golden skin spoke first. "The Council has ruled for 10,000 years. What makes you think humans can defeat them when others have failed?" "Because we don't know we can't," Daniels replied simply. "And because this time, we'll fight together." He showed them data from recent human victories against Council forces, small but significant. "We found weaknesses in their technology, gaps in their defenses, and most importantly, we've discovered that their power comes from fear, not strength." Slowly, one by one, the representatives agreed to join the alliance. The last to speak was Vreltax, leader of the Soldaran resistance. "My people have fought the Council for centuries," Vreltax said. His skin glowed with a soft blue light. "We will share our stealth technology with your coalition. It has kept us alive this long." At Earth's main military base, Grand Admiral Scott Winters worked with Kyra Lawson, a civilian strategist who had been brought in to coordinate the multi-species effort. Her background in game theory and behavioral psychology gave her a unique perspective on alien tactics. "The Council has always divided to conquer," Kyra explained, pointing to historical records provided by Krulgson. "They prevent communication between species, spread rumors, and create mistrust. Our unity is our greatest weapon." Winters nodded. "And our greatest challenge. These species have different biology, different technology, and different ways of fighting. That's why we need this," Kyra said, revealing the new communication system developed by Dr. Martinez and Krulgson. Real-time translation across all coalition forces. For the first time, we'll all fight as one. On the U.S. Valiant, now repaired and upgraded, Captain Nathan Blackwell recorded training videos for coalition ship captains. His experience fighting Council forces was invaluable. "They expect us to be predictable," he explained in one video. "Their tactics haven't changed in centuries because they haven't needed to. We'll use that against them." Dr. Olivia Martinez entered the room as he finished recording. "The translation system is ready," she said. "And I have something else." She handed him a datapad. "We've decoded their central command protocols. We know exactly how they communicate with their fleet." Nathan looked at her in amazement. "How?" Krulgson helped, but honestly, their system is ancient. It's secure because no one has challenged it, not because it's advanced. She smiled. Sometimes being the new kids has advantages. Meanwhile, in Council space, reports of rebellion were spreading. Small outposts went silent. Supply ships disappeared. Species that had been obedient for centuries suddenly refused to pay tribute. On the Council's central station, High Counselor Zethrak called an emergency meeting. "The human problem has grown," he told the assembled representatives. "They are spreading dissent throughout the galaxy." Sarthal, now promoted for his work assessing the human threat, offered a solution. "We must strike their homeworld immediately. Show the galaxy what happens to those who defy us." But not all Council members agreed. Zivnar spoke up. "The humans have formed alliances with multiple species. A direct attack might unite more against us." "Allies?" Zethrak scoffed. "What can these primitive species accomplish together?" At that moment, across Council space, 50 simultaneous attacks began. Human ships, fighting alongside alien allies, struck Council outposts with precision and coordination never seen before. On Earth, Admiral Winters received the first reports of success. "Operation Reciprocity is working," he told the President. "Phase 1 complete. The Council doesn't know it yet, but they've already lost." The combined fleet of human and allied ships emerged from faster-than-light travel near the massive Council station. 500 vessels of different shapes and sizes, but all with the same purpose: to end the Council's reign of tyranny. On the bridge of the U.S. Valiant, Captain Nathan Blackwell gave the order. All ships, begin attack pattern Alpha. Remember the plan. Disable, don't destroy. Across the fleet, ships moved into position. The Council's defensive fleet scrambled to respond, but they seemed confused, disorganized. Human intelligence had done its work well. False orders and scrambled communications had left Council commanders unsure who to trust. Fleet Captain Daniel Evans led the vanguard in his ship, the Defender. "First wave, engage," he ordered. His ships fired their modified weapons, targeting the exact frequencies that would disable Council shields. The effect was immediate. Council shields flickered and failed as human weapons cut through defenses that had stood for centuries. Inside the Council station, High Counselor Zethrak watched in disbelief. "How is this possible?" he demanded. "Their technology should be centuries behind ours." Xarthel had no answer. The humans had somehow turned the Council's greatest strength, its age and stability, into a weakness. They had found the flaws in systems that had remained unchanged for millennia. "Activate the ancient defenses," Zethrak ordered. "Use the Star Harvester." On the Valiant, Dr. Olivia Martinez monitored Council communications. "Captain," she called out, "they're activating some kind of superweapon. Something called a Star Harvester." Nathan looked to Krulgzen, who had joined them for the assault. The alien's eyes widened in fear. "It draws energy directly from the neutron star," he explained. "It could destroy your entire fleet." "All ships adjust to attack pattern Delta," Nathan ordered. "Focus fire on these coordinates." He sent the location of the station's power distribution center, identified from the data they had stolen. Colonel Ryan Mitchell led the boarding party that launched from the Valiant toward the station. His shuttle dodged energy beams and debris as it approached a docking bay. 30 seconds to touchdown," the pilot announced. Mitchell checked his weapon one last time. "Remember, our objective is the central computer core. Dr. Williams will handle the technical side." Dr. Grace Williams nodded nervously. The physicist had developed the program that would disable the Council's systems without destroying the valuable knowledge they contained. The shuttle landed hard, and Mitchell's team burst out fighting. Council security forces were waiting, but they weren't prepared for the ferocity of the human assault. Fighting their way through the station, Mitchell's team suffered losses but pushed forward relentlessly. Dr. Williams stayed in the middle of the group, protected from the worst of the fighting. On the command level, Nathan and Olivia led another team toward the Council chamber itself. They found Xarthel waiting for them. "You should have stayed in your own system," the alien said, raising a weapon. "You shouldn't have attacked ours," Nathan replied as he fired first. In the main Council chamber, Mitchell's team finally reached the central computer core. Dr. Williams connected her device and began the upload. 5 minutes until the program takes full effect," she reported. At that moment, High Counselor Zethrak entered through a hidden door. "You cannot stop what we have begun," he said. "The Star Harvester is already active." Outside, the neutron star began to pulse with strange energy as the ancient weapon drew power from it. Ships on both sides were caught in gravitational waves. "Hold position." Admiral Howard ordered the human fleet. Just a few more minutes. In the computer core, Dr. Williams's program reached 100%. "It's done," she said. Throughout the station, systems began to shut down. The Star Harvester's beam flickered and died. Defense systems went offline. Emergency lights activated. In the Council chamber, Nathan faced Zethrak. "It's over," he said. "Your weapons are disabled. Your fleet is scattered." "What will you do?" Zethrak asked. "Destroy us as we would have destroyed you." Nathan shook his head. "No, we're not like you. The Council's rule is over, but its knowledge will help build something better. The true alliance of species based on respect, not fear." As Council members were taken into custody, Nathan looked out at the stars. Humanity had been pushed to the edge of extinction. They had fought back, and not just survived. They had liberated a galaxy. Not through superior strength, but through cooperation, innovation, and an unwillingness to accept defeat. What happens now? Olivia asked, joining him at the window. Nathan smiled. Now the real work begins.